Welcome to the TaiyangNews SNEC Leadership Conversations. My name is Michael Schmela and I'm the Managing Director of TaiyangNews, all about solar. I'm very happy to have with me today Jimmy Chu, President at Huasun, a pioneer in record-leading, efficiency-leading HJT heterojunction solar cell technology. We want to talk today a little bit more about the company's option selection for this interesting technology and how it is, what it has experienced in developing this interesting cell technology option. So, Jimmy, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you. Thanks for coming. So, Huasun is a very interesting company. So you're still pretty young, but not so young. You're 4 years in the market, so a relative newcomer to these somewhat established companies. Well, we have to see that solar is still a young industry, but still there are some companies who are for over decades in this industry now. So, although you started actually, so recently, your module is the most efficiency heterojunction technology product in the industry. So tell us a little bit, what's the secret of Huasun's success?
So we are a pretty young company, owning actually less than 4 years, very close. By July 21st will be 4 years. The secret, I think, the first one that we commit to manufacture the best solar product in the world. So when we define the best, I refer to the highest efficiency, the best output, and the lowest carbon footprint, and the best reliability, and also the lowest cost. The secret that we can make in the highest solar panel in the world is that, and I think we very focus on the R&D and creativities. We put a lot of money on R&D and to how to make the highest solar cell manufacture and the solar module manufacture. It's the number one. And the number two, and so from the first day of Huasun, and we create a technology sharing platform. So especially since last year, and we create a HJT technology sharing technology platform. On that platform, over almost 150 companies to increase our efficiency and lower down our cost. And so by now, and every new equipment of HJT and new materials and new process, and is testing on Huasun for mass production. We are a big lab for the whole HJT industry. It's a number two. And number three, and Huasun, we have a big HJT talent teams. In Huasun, we have over 400 talents, and with almost 10 years experience on HJT, working together. And in China, since the last 10 years, half of HJT team members working in Huasun. That's the secret. We can make a bigger progress.
Okay. Still, when you look at HJT in comparison to TOPCon, which more or less, I don't know, started, but at least were both technology options after PERC. So if you look at both, most companies opted for TOPCon. So, which is then, of course, much easier to expand and to produce simply because almost everyone is doing that. Of course, it's much more difficult to differentiate. But still, when you look at at the two technologies, how they have been developing over the last 2 years, let's say, would you, when you could do the decision again, bet again on heterojunction, or would you decide no differently?
Okay, my choice is own HJT. HJT is much more difficult than TOPCon. And most of China solar companies, they work on TOPCon, not HJT. But sometimes you have to do the difficult job, not the easy job. Especially if you want to go further, go longer. I started my HJT R&D career since the year 2011. That's almost 13 years ago. And my teacher, Dr. Wang Wenjing, and started on HJT R&D since the year 2000. That's 24 years ago. But 20 years ago or 10 years ago, and nobody believed that HJT will be successful. And because in the past time, it's impossible to make HJT at a large scale and also can maintain the low cost. Because it's totally different compared with the TOPCon. From BSF to PERCAN to TOPCon, was this technology based on the diffusion technology, high temperature diffuse technology. HJT based on the thin film deposition on silicon wafer. But if you look at the PN junction, and my major is physics, you can feel that the HJT PN junction is the most simple, symmetry, and beautiful PN junction. With its physical principle, it will be the best PN junction for solar. But the only challenge is that it's hard to control that how you can deposit the thin film on silicon wafer with a low cost and with very precisely control. So we work on this for many years, especially at the hard time when nobody believed this will happen. But we stick to this HJT for many years. And now we made a bigger progress till today, and we still believe and we were ready make it happen that we can achieve the high efficiency and low cost at the same time on HJT already. And so for HJT it's our dream. So we cannot give up our dream. So if I have the chance to make a choice again, I will pick up HJT.
Okay.
No TOPCon.
And you're progressing, right? So I think it's constantly progress we're seeing. So still there is this capex disadvantage today, which you have. There is a certain gap. So and for that, one would think that the natural market for heterojunction is a residential segment where the price of the module per watt is not so important as in the utility segment. But the most efficient module that you have listed in our top solar modules TaiyangNews list is this powerful 715 watt product. So that means that's a product which is obviously designed for the utility scale market. So how are you convincing project developers to use HJT modules today?
Okay, so in people's mind, people always think, oh, HJT is some of the high cost product, so HJT should go to some of the high price marketing. But actually, HJT is a high efficiency with a low cost product. We can use the most thinner wafer, and also we can use a copper, not a silver only, on the paste. And so Huasun, we already demonstrated that we can achieve almost the same cost compared with the PERC and TOPCon already. It's the number one. And the number two, actually, so for HJT, the product is very special. We have a very high bifacial rate. So if you go to the utilities applications, you can absorb more light from the backside, from diffusion light or reflection light. So at that application, HJT can generate more power compared to PERC and TOPCon. We have many demonstration sites all over the world. In average, for 1 watt, with 1 watt, HJT can generate almost 6% higher power compared to PERC, and 3% power higher than TOPCon. Which means, so we do the financing model for the utility scales. We found even HJT, we see a little higher price, higher than TOPCon, but the end user, they can still keep the overall investment lower than TOPCon, and also the LCOE is better than TOPCon and the PERC already. So that's how we can convince or persuade our customer to use the HJT on the power station application. And after a few sites and projects, and they convinced that they do get the better IRR with HJT and compared to PERC and TOPCon. They continue to use more and more HJT on utility application.
Okay, with these arguments speaking in favor of HJT, so better bifaciality, better LCOE, you would think actually that the market share should quickly increase. But I just took a look into the recent international technology roadmap, which said that the market will slowly increase to 8% market share this year, and around 15% in 2026. Do you think this is the right ballpark, or do you disagree? And how much market share do you think HJT will have in the mid-run?
We want to get more market share, of course, and this year may be a little lower than 8%. Okay. Because for HJT, even a lot of companies, they set up the HJT fab already, but I think this is not so easy for them to realize the mass production. So this year, I guess totally for HJT delivery globally will be around close to 30 gigawatt. Okay. From 25 to 30 gigawatt for HJT delivery this year, and Huasun will take up almost 50%. And this will be a little lower than 8%. And this maybe still 6 to 7% of total delivery. And but by year 2026, we want to deliver more than 16%. We have some assumption for the future market share for HJT before we realize the tandem mass production for HJT and perovskite. HJT will take up to almost 30% around the year 2027. That's my estimation, 30%.
Okay, wonderful. So it looks like.
But that's need a lot of effort, not only Huasun. And for this year, we see some change that some of the big companies, they already begin to make investment on HJT also. And like Tongwei, like other bigger companies. I think this will help to increase the HJT market share very quickly.
And you set a great example. So I think the future for HJT looks bright. Thanks, Jimmy.
Okay, thank you.